Hey there in YouTube land. Recently, with the excitement of the Halloween box set that's coming out at in late September, early October for us Canadians over here, I've been thinking a lot more about box sets and the different variations that come out. I listened to a few really excellent YouTube videos talking about people's Halloween collections, about double dipping, stuff like that. I've heard people like Wet Movie One, Lunaria Claire, and Piswell talking about the films, among hosts of my friends as well. And I thought I'd look into some of the different variations of sets that are out there and try and see if some actually are slightly better than others, and sometimes not the one that you think. Of course, this is my opinion. You may have a totally different opinion, and you may have even more sets to showcase than I do, and I would love to see that in a video response. So anybody that would love to do a video response to this, well, let's get started and talk about it a little bit more. I'm going to start with one of the easiest ones. the Omen collection was put out on Blu-ray as well. This is the original one. As you can see, when I met my better half, we both had a copy of this set. We both bought it from the same place, Walmart. As you can tell, it was this is from their Halloween sale of about 3.5, 4 years ago, and when they put out the Blu-ray set, I was kind of excited until I looked into it. The Omen collection on DVD, it isn't, it's not Blu-ray, but it actually has more stuff, and it's overall a better set. The Blu-ray box set is shabbily packaged, for one, as where this actually looks much, much nicer, in my opinion. And the most glaring thing of all is the Blu-ray box set has Omen 1, Omen 2, Omen 3, and the remake. But as cheesy as it may be, Omen 4 The Awakening was actually a TV movie that's an actual sequel to the Omen series and belongs in there. It is part of the canon, and it's missing from the Blu-ray box set. For that reason, I had to basically say no and just keep this. And guys who, if anybody that ever watches my videos are the guys that are behind this stuff, when you decide to Blu-ray this thing over, then I'll look at upgrading. But for right now, this is the Omen box set to get. If you've got this one, you might not want to upgrade yet. Wait around a bit, because Omen 4 The Awakening is still not out, and like it or hate it, it is part of the saga. And you know what? It's not that bad, especially when you consider it against, well, Omen 3. Yeah. Now, the next one is one where I fall short. When this came out, this box set here was considered the great horror box set of all time, and the one to get. And and for a long, long time, this pretty much was. And to this day, if I upgrade this, I can't say that I would be able to to sell this one here, because I really did like this set. It was the first time that we'd seen a horror franchise really giving a really good representation. And come on, this is a pretty awesome box set. But unfortunately, we're stuck with snap cases, though the art is fantastic. And for some reason, most of the features were put on the Nightmare Encyclopedia, which is a separate disc altogether. The Blu-ray upgraded the picture, as well as adding some episodes of Freddy's Nightmares, a series which is kind of near and dear to my heart. I remember watching it. And for that reason, although I love this here, and it was one of the first great representations of horror in a film franchise, I'm going to give the nod to the one that I do not have, and that's the Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray box set, which I still got to pick up down the road. One that I don't have, that desperately, I got to say, people, if you don't have it, it's definitely worth getting, and that's the Child's Play box set. Put out in the United States, the Child's Play collection has every movie from the first one to the really fantastic, basically sequel to the franchise that brought it back, the new Chucky film, The Curse of Chucky, and I love that film. This was a great box set. It was on sale for like $32 a while back, and I missed out on that, but definitely one worth getting, guys. Next up is the Anvil Horror Collection. And obviously this one's is kind of a no-brainer. But there's one thing. This is the original Anvil Horror Collection that came out with MGM. Actually, it's not quite the original one because for some reason when I bought this, I got this second hand and somebody had taken out Anvil 3 and put in the remake. But that's okay because I didn't buy this to get this set here. Actually, this set, I had the original set when it came out. Actually, on the day that it came out, because this came out near my birthday, back when I was in Ottawa. And there's a reason I still have this set, because recently Scream Factory put out this set, and it is by far the superior set for Amityville. We don't only have 3 movies on Blu-ray in great condition with fantastic boxes, great art, some amazing features that can't be beaten, and love given to part 2, which is by far, it's the best in the series. Not only that, but we also get part 3 with a decent 3D renditioning. And I never thought I was going to get that. I don't mean an anograph glasses 3D. I mean actual 3D with 3D TV 3D, which I really enjoy watching. And is the reason that my next TV, again, will be 3D again. Fantastic set. So why hold on to your other set as well if you've got it? Well, for one reason, they lost the rights to something in this. And this disc here, Anvil Confidential. And it may not seem like a lot to you, but I'm a big fan of like documentaries and stuff like that. And they have some really, really cool documentaries from the History Channel that they lost the rights to on this one here. So it's worth keeping it for this here alone. And there's a couple scenes in this one here that gave me more nightmares than the Anvil movies ever could. Especially that picture. With the little boy. I don't even want to think about it. But again, Anvil the Haunting, Anvil Horror or Hoax. It's worth keeping the set just for this one here. Or if I ever find part 3, maybe I'll just take that one out and give it to somebody else. Next up was Scream. Scream was put out in a lot of different ways, but it was put out in a really sneaky way. This may look like you may see this set in some stores, like in Rossi's and stuff, for actually fairly cheap now. But buyer beware, because although it's cute and you've got the Scream mask and all, it's actually the DVD version, and there's a huge, huge difference. I found out from a friend of mine who actually went out and grabbed the DVD version early on that it was missing something. And let's get into this here. By the way, this is one of my favorite sets I got a couple years back. There is an incredible complete Scream collection bonus disc here with 2 full-length documentaries. And why full-length? I mean movie-length or half-length documentaries on each of the Scream franchise. Choose your favorite on it, but I thought they were both pretty good. The DVD version of this looks exactly the same, except, well, 1, it's not Blu-ray, and 2, when you get to here, there's nothing there. Go for the Blu-ray. It's worth the extra money. Next up is Val Lewton. This set was put out in 2 different ways. One just put out the Val Lewton Horror Collection, and that was pretty cool. After all, you get 9 Val Lewton films and a documentary. So what could be better than that? Well, this could. 9 Val Lewton films, a documentary with a second documentary done by Martin Scorsese. And sometimes when you look online, this one actually goes for a little bit less and gives you more. So if you ever go to order the Val Lewton collection, make sure you order the one that has the Martin Scorsese documentary, Val Lewton, The Man in the Shadows. It's really worth getting, and it's a great documentary. The last one is the hardest one. It's going to be kind of up in the air for different reasons. Features-wise, there is no competition. Vincent Price. There were 2 sets put out. MGM put out the Scream Legends collection, and this had some fantastic films in it. We've got 7 Vincent Price films plus the Disc of Horrors. Now the Disc of Horrors basically consisted of a Vincent Price biography and him talking about art. Kind of, not a lot, but they were slim cased and it was cool, and at the time it was pretty much the ultimate way to get them. And the good thing about this, well, you get both Dr. Phibes films and Theatre Blood, some of my favorites. This year, well, last Christmas, this one came out and blew everybody away. Scream Factory won accolades for this, and he actually won awards for this one here. This is an amazing box set. It has 6 Vincent Price films, lovingly restored in Blu-ray high definition, 24-page booklet. Features cannot be beat on this. You even got like introductions that he did for like a public access channel back in the day, restored and put back onto these here. And they got a documentary about talking about that. And it has a documentary talking about Vincent Price that was found. A documentary talking to his daughter. Just some really, really cool stuff. It has Pit and the Pendulum, The Fall of the House of Usher, Mask of the Red Death, The Bomb of Dr. Phibes, The Haunted Palace, and Witchfinder General, which are some of their greats, which makes me wonder a volume 2 in the works, because Dr. Phibes Rise Again, Theatre Blood, Madhouse, Tales of Terror, and Twice Told Tales were surprisingly missing from this set. But I'm guessing it would have made it a bit more expensive, or they wanted to do this with a second volume. I'm expecting Scream Factory to announce a second volume of Vincent Price before Christmas. And I hope so, because that's one thing I'm going to want on a Christmas tree if it is. There's still Vincent Price movies that I want. And Arrow is tempting with the Dr. Phibes complete collection. So, come on, Scream Factory, do it so that I don't have to go across the sea and get it. Which I may do anyway if it looks really, really pretty. But that's what I've gotten so far. And let me know what I've missed, what I haven't set on my list here, and which ones you agree or disagree with. Maybe the Omen box set on Blu-ray, maybe you like that just better. Maybe part 4, not having part 4 didn't matter to you, but it kind of mattered to me. So overall, that's my thoughts on the box sets. Every few months or every year or so, popular box sets like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Oh, I almost forgot. Friday the 13th. What's the definitive Friday the 13th box set? Well, they put them all out on Blu-ray in one set recently. In a tin, no less. And well, they messed up. Nothing really new. Put a patch in there, and that was about it. There, even that side of the tin was missing any type of identification or anything else. But the limited edition set that came after this, which some people actually complained about, I actually dug. And I got to say, people talk about the scratching of the DVDs. It didn't happen with me. Knock on wood. But this mask here, this replica little mask of Jason, makes this set win hands down. Again, the 3D Friday 13th is not well done 3D, but you know what? When they put it in the Blu-ray edition, did they give you a Blu-ray 3D of it? No, they gave you the exact same 3D version of it as they done there. So if you have the choice between getting one that has a cool looking mask like this and a tin, Jason's mask triumphs, because you know what? Nowhere in the Friday the 13th series did I ever see Jason go up and kill anybody with a tin. And for me, that's my thoughts, and I'd love to hear yours and love to see a video response on this. So thanks, and I'm running out of time right now by the clock up there. So for me right now it is time for tea.